gang violence is taking lives and robbing the futures of vulnerable young children.
Police say a majority of the region's 126 homicides last year can be traced back to one of nearly 150 gangs across 7 cities. Last month, we introduced you to the problem in Hampton Roads.
Tonight, we're taking you inside the gang life. Some of what you're about to see might be hard to look at.
Police say the crime on the streets will likely never stop, but the man you're about to meet is proof that escaping the lifestyle is possible. A story of redemption from Joe Fisher.
Saying no to something that you know ain't right, that make you somebody.
The front of the classroom is far from where Donnie Walton ever imagined he'd end up.
I was pronounced dead.
It's a story that starts 3,000 miles away in Inglewood, California. Born to a mother who abused drugs and a father in the gang, blood for life is the label given to Walton from birth.
I was always pushed to twist my fingers up, blood, family.
Gang signs soon led to breaking into stores and illegally getting his first gun.
I didn't feel right doing the things that I was doing.
Walton was 17 in 2008 when he decided college, far from home, was the best way to get out. But after just 1 year at Hampton University, he returned to the streets he grew up on.
August 9, 2010, I was stabbed in my abdominal with a blade.
In the months following his return, Walton ventured into a different neighborhood to meet up with a girl. A night that ended with a man banging on the girl's door with a knife.
And before I can move, react, it was happening so fast, he lunged at me like a ninja and juked me. And it went in through here, came out through here, and he pulled my stomach out.
Walton woke up 3 months later with 16 tubes running through his body from his nose to his legs. He flatlined 2 times and spent 2 years in the hospital recovering.
And I can't eat, I couldn't walk, I couldn't talk. I rather would have died because I did not see the future.
So in 2012, fed up and finally ready for change, he returned to Hampton, 3 years out of the gang. A success story, but Walton knows why there's not more stories like his.
And then once you're incarcerated, you sort of become institutionalized. A lot of guys come out and they feel like they graduated after being in jail.
Walton says the so-called graduation gives gang members street cred. Then the felons start recruiting new members. Police say it happens as young as 8 years old.
12 and 13, that's the prime. That's when a young man is strong enough to carry his own, definitely strong enough to carry a gun or a weapon, and definitely strong enough to carry out a mission.
Missions that range from stealing to killing.
Have you been asked to inflict harm on somebody?
You're not just asked, you're manipulated, you're guided into doing those things.
Walton says he's never killed anybody, but he knows others who have. Many of his partners are serving time in jail on various charges, including his father. A jail filled with people who failed to see a brighter future or were never taught what that future might look like.
They're just looking for a sense of belonging, and by the time that they get slapped on the hand, it's too late.
Walton says the gang life is not a choice for kids.
My advice to y'all to get away from that, you don't need money, you need this, and you need faith.
By showing off his scars, Walton hopes it will leave future generations scarless for life.
It's on people like me to keep getting to the hoods and showing them a path out of there.
His story just leaves you almost speechless.
Absolutely.
It's very impactful, very powerful. Donnie was actually stabbed by another member of his own gang. Did he talk to you about whether that's pretty common?
He said it's very common. He was stabbed by a blood. His brother was a Crip and was stabbed on the streets at the age of 16 by another Crip. So it's very interesting to see who is committing these crimes. Meantime, we've posted a list of gang resources online at WAVY.com. We're also continuing the conversation. I'm taking questions live on the WAVY Facebook page right now, and you can see our past reports also on WAVY.com. I'm Joe Fisher, 10 on your side.